was Cortez, triumphantly gloating over Montezuma and the Aztec nation. Man, I wish somebody would pillage me. Well, hey there, nerds. I'm Dr. Jordan Breeding, and my mom says I rely too heavily on bathroom humor, but she can be a real poo-poo head sometimes, so... Anyway, you're watching Your Brain on Crack, the show where I lather myself in soaps and oils, and I lathered the internet with my medical advice, and the only show on Crack where the entire production team could fit in one tub. Well, before I start scrubbing my downstairs mix-up, let's diagnose. We may not agree on which direction the toilet paper goes, but we all know the basics of how to use the bathroom. At least everybody does, except the people who create our entertainment, apparently. Though, to be fair, it's hard to imagine normal people using the bathroom when you yourself simply shit into your production assistant's hands. But anyway, here are a few of Hollywood's best guesses as to how normies tussle with the toilet. When's the last time you talked to somebody in a public restroom? Not just like a nice dick you got there, man, but a full-on conversation of vital importance. Never, right? I mean, you're there to squeeze out some liquid waste and leave. Any additional second spent in the bathroom increases your chances of awkwardly locking eyes with somebody who either just finished or is just about to start violently pinching off a loaf.
What did you eat?
And it's by definition a public place. Even if the room is empty, your nemesis could be listening outside the door. And yet, for some reason, movies think bathrooms are the perfect place to vent frustrations about your coworkers, or detail vital plans, or make death threats in between dirty squirts.
Damn! You saved my battle shit!
Everything from Pitch Perfect to Harold and Kumar to freaking Spider-Man Homecoming includes scenes like this. And of course, the one thing that should make you think twice before shouting dangerous secrets over your confidant's wet farts in real life actually happens in movies all the time. If you're trash talking in a public bathroom, there's an 86% chance that the subject of said trash talk is like 8 feet away in a stall.
Dude, no, her vagina's probably stuffed with diplomas. How much you want to bet? That it's like a filing cabinet down there.
In RoboCop, Bob Morton and his best work friend are apparently struck with the urge to take a good old-fashioned simultaneous piss, and while they're whimsically crossing their streams, they decide to loudly disparage their boss.
The guy's a pussy.
But not only do they not check the stalls to see if he's maybe blowing out an O-ring in there, they totally ignore the other 4 employees in various states of waste release. Those guys know the boss is throwing out the morning glory, and they quickly evacuate as soon as talk turns libelous, meaning even if the boss didn't happen to be dropping a deuce, any of those other people could have ratted them out.
You just...
Hell, in Designated Survivor, a guy taking a shit talks shit to the guy shitting next to him who's literally who he's talking about. I mean, shit!
I'm telling you, man, I got half a mind to make a run to Canada. You know what I'm saying? Oh.
He just opens up to the stranger grunting in the stall next to him. That's how free and unworried Hollywood thinks we are in public restrooms. As if busting a grumpy in public isn't the single most stressful and terrifying thing we do on a regular basis. So pretend you're about to have sex, and you're waiting in bed while your partner gets ready in the bathroom. Through the door, you hear a muffled voice. You lean closer. Is he on the phone? Did he stop to call his mom? Nope. They're yelling encouragement at themselves in the mirror.
Smeagol did it once. He can do it again.
At this point, you're either having some serious doubts about it, or you're in a movie, in which case it makes perfect sense. In Geely, Ben Affleck apparently needs to talk himself into sex by flexing and yelling at his reflection. Somehow watching his angry young body all swollen and red is the perfect motivator to get out there and engage in some turkey time.
Gobble, gobble.
His speech is full of inspiring quotes like, "Get the bull by the horn, you know what I'm talking about? I'll give you the horn. Want to see the horn?"
I'm the bull. You're the cow.
How else would a straight guy convince himself to sleep with circa 2003 Jennifer Lopez?
Cow.
Similarly, Paul Rudd's character in Wanderlust has to practice his dirty talk out loud. This is obviously played for laughs, but the underlying joke seems to be, we've all been here, right guys? I mean, we all have to pump ourselves up in front of a mirror and become our own fluffers.
You gonna take it? You gonna take that dick?
Ow!
I'm gonna put my dick in.
At the other end of the spectrum, when Pulp Fiction's Vincent Vega gets into a sexually tense situation with his boss's wife, he has to go into the bathroom and convince his erections to deflate.
Go home, jerk off, and that's all you're gonna do.
Just as a matter of common sense, are none of them worried that the very person they're trying to seduce or hide their arousal from will hear them? I mean, they're in the next room. Bathroom doors aren't insulated for smell, much less sound.
I'm gonna put my dick in.
What's up, man? You all right?
Showers are a lot like the kids from Harry Potter. I mean, it takes a long time for them to get hot. The first water out of the shower head is the several cold gallons of water that have been sitting in the pipes all night before the good stuff from the hot water heater arrives. Most people will thus turn it on and do their taxes or whatever for a minute or two before testing the temperature with a hand, and then after all that, stepping in. But not if you're in a movie. No. Before you even crank the knob, you're gonna get naked, stand in there, and turn it on without so much as adjusting the temperature and just let it splash down on you like a freaking psycho. Speaking of, in Psycho, the Psycho remake and the Scream Queen's homage, she just stands there and lets ice cold water blast her in the boobs. Hannah from Girls does the same thing in a scene that somehow features less Lena Dunham nudity than usual, and Seinfeld does it in that episode with a whole B-plot about Kramer's apartment's water pressure. Yes, the whole joke is that he was hilariously taken by surprise by what his shower did because he didn't test it first, but the implication is that every single other day for 45 years, Kramer's just been stepping into showers and hoping the temperature is perfect as soon as the knob is turned. But, you know, classic Kramer, what a nut! Look, I'm a fully clothed, fully professional doctor sitting in a fully real tub, but the only reason you should ever be fully clothed in a bathtub with other people is if you've been murdered or you're training your Olympic bobsled team.
Right, turn 7, straight, turn 8.
Yet, for some reason, in movies it happens all the time. Characters love to bond and discuss their lives, hopes, dreams, and how they don't even own enough towels to get them dry now. In Garden State, Natalie Portman and Zach Braff bond over Braff's mom dying after making the absolutely baffling decision to sit in a dry tub. Literally, the cold-ass floor would be more comfortable.
This is such a good idea.
In Paper Towns, the popular girl and the protagonist only become friends after a good, fully clothed bathtub session where they both presumably realize their shared love of slightly damp underwear.
Who's there?
And in Big Fish, Albert and his wife finally accept his impending death thanks to their time doing exactly the opposite of what tubs are supposed to be used for.
I was drying out.
And this isn't just a Hollywood thing either. It's such a common fashion shoot setting that there are entire photo collections of hot people in bathtubs just eating, drinking, answering the phone, all fully clothed. Sometimes it's with water, sometimes it's without water, sometimes it's with milk. Wait, is this a fetish? Is that how you weirdos found this video? Some of these people are wearing shoes. Does that make it hotter for you? No, seriously, what can I do to make you watch future videos? Okay, quick. What's the process for brushing your teeth? Might I suggest wet the toothbrush, put toothpaste on it, run it over your teeth, think about how you haven't been to the dentist in 8 years, spit, rinse out your mouth, and then go on to do life-saving surgeries and other actual doctor things. It's a pretty straightforward process that really shouldn't change no matter how fantastical the world of your movie is. Presumably, Legolas brushes his teeth just the same as Luke Skywalker, yet almost every cinematic toothbrusher fails to complete that list. Specifically, they forget to rinse out their foaming mint-filled mouth.
Maybe I'm just going crazy.
For example, the seminal cheerleading classic Bring It On has an entire cutesy teeth-brushing scene where the future Mary Jane Watson and her stripling lover clean their teeth side by side, spitting multiple times. But then suddenly, Loverboy finishes brushing, wipes his mouth, and leaves the bathroom as if they've completed the entirety of their nightly foreplay. But rinse! Rinse, you pig! The Devil Wears Prada manages to show Andy spitting out her toothpaste, which magically hasn't foamed in the slightest, but again, no effort to rinse. You mean to tell me that during her entire stressful day of picking out stylish outfits for Satan, that Andy's mouth is crammed full of gummy toothpaste? How can she recite Satan's prayer if her tongue is constantly sticking to the roof of their mouth? And no, I haven't seen the whole movie.
Gird your loins.
This is one of those situations where filmmakers have decided this extra 3 seconds would be wasted screen time, despite us already literally watching a teeth brushing scene. So they just skip it, but now I can't stop noticing that they never ever rinse, and neither should you. Okay, and yes, I know I'm courting controversy with this one. Some dentists are in the comments right now telling me that rinsing your mouth out after brushing is bad for your teeth, and they're asking if I'm wearing eyeliner, but look, they're not even real doctors like me, and I'm a doctor of the whole body, and this is how normal, American, freedom-loving humans take care of their mouth bones. Am I wrong? I dare you to tell me that I'm wrong.
I'm gonna pop off a piece of my dick.
Sitcom characters have to be weird enough to be fun, but not so weird that it frightens us. I mean, nobody wants to see Kramer bite the head off a live pigeon.
No problem there.
Hollywood has decided that the perfect way to convey this mild quirkiness is to have everyone hang out in their bathroom for hours at a time.
Hang on.
The opening scene of Broad City's 3rd season shows Abby and Ilana using their personal bathrooms for literally everything. TV bathrooms are not just for pooping or for crying. They're for eating, exercising, talking on the phone, boning, knitting, more eating, weed smoking, dancing, becoming better friends, and even filming internet videos. They say. It's the same deal in Girls, a show in which roommates inexplicably bathe together and hang out while one of them is on the toilet. They have group meetings in there, and a substantial amount of the show's plot is developed 6 inches from a freaking floater.
That was gross.
That's so gross.
In other shows, characters sleep in bathrooms.
Hello.
Have debates.
Thank you guys for coming. It's really helpful that you're here.
And basically do everything short of move their TV in there. Oh, wait! So what did we learn today, Caleb?
Well, we learned that bathrooms are really weird and that I need to start rinsing my mouth.
Ah, that's great. Good work. All right, on your way out, be sure to grab some medicine for your terminal dandruff. And
Left!
Right! Winter Olympics, here we come! Bro, Kong is taking a dump. Would you eat too many bananas? No, but seriously, guys, it'd be really helpful if you would like, if you would subscribe, if you would comment, share with your friends. We're still trying to grow this thing.